everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be comparing a 2021 Ram TRX to a 2021 Gen 3 Raptor. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to Ed Kenley Ford here in Layton for giving me some time with this Gen 3 Raptor. Check out their inventory in the description down below, and also Ed Kenley Ford actually doesn't sell anything for over MSRP, so if you're looking to order a new Ford or something from Shelby as well, check them out. They're going to give you a really good deal on it. Let's get into the video. So let's pop onto the hoods of both of the trucks. Starting over here with the TRX, we have a supercharged 6.2 liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 10 around town, 14 on the highway, with power outputs being 702 horsepower and then 650 pound-feet of torque, and you guys can see the Hellcat engine down there. Now popping over to the Gen 3 Raptor rather, sorry about that. Twin turbo, 3.5 liter V6, 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 18 on the highway, 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. So better fuel economy, way worse fuel economy, less power, more power. But what I will say as a true off-road enthusiast, this has way too much power for off-road. That is the perfect amount. And yes, I love my TRX still, but that's just being completely honest. Like, that's the perfect amount of power for off-roading. But anyways, that's under the hood for both of them. Let's go to the front ends of both of the trucks. Starting over here with the TRX, you have the cool fake venting on either side. Says 6.2 liter supercharged, and then the real venting there in the center with the amber marker lights looks fantastic. Hollow Ram logo, which is pretty cool. Full LED lights with the projector bulbs looks fantastic. Now this is an aftermarket bumper. This is not the stock bumper, so we're not going to focus on that too much. But anyways, got the Bilstein shocks, which look fantastic. You can actually see them with this aftermarket bumper. The stock bumper kind of hides them. But anyways, that is the front end of the TRX. Coming over here to the Gen 3 Raptor, we've got the cool venting on the center that says Raptor on it. I'm actually a huge fan. It looks great in person. We've got the full LED lights. Look at the marker lights here on the Raptor, and notice how both of them kind of have it integrated into their fender flare in a way. Again, aftermarket bumper, so it's integrated differently, but in the stock bumper it's kind of like on the fender flare. But anyways, fog lights from the factory with these Gen 3, and then notice we've got the parking sensors with the recovery hooks, skid plate action, and again we've got the live valve from Fox is kind of hiding back there. But anyways, that is the Gen 3. That's the TRX from a front end perspective. Let's go over the tire and wheel setup on both of the trucks. With the TRX, we've got 18-inch wheels, 35s, 325 millimeter for the width. On the Gen 3, we have 17-inch wheels, 315 millimeter tires, 35s as well. So just a little bit thinner because, well, we've got 17-inch wheels versus 18-inch wheels. Now with the TRX, again, we've got those active shocks from Bilstein, and then with the Raptor, we've got the new live valve from Fox. Look how cool that looks from the factory. Gigantic fender flares on both of them. Sorry, my truck's dirty. I didn't expect to do this comparison. Anyways, notice you got the off-road side steps on both of them. And then with the mirrors, pretty interesting. Look how, like, the height difference with the mirrors. The reason being is Ford obviously has this window dip right here so they can put their mirror a little bit lower. If you guys are wondering from a height perspective, again, 35s. The TRX and the Raptor are about the same, almost. The TRX is like slightly higher. It's very, very slight, but they're almost about the same height. Anyways, popping here to the rear, you guys can see the active shocks from Bilstein a little bit better, the Black Hawk shocks. We've got the 5-link coil suspension here in the back. And then popping over here to the Gen 3, the newest version of live valve with 5-link coil suspension. So yeah, we have 5-link on both of them, and also look at everything with the exhaust, pretty crazy. Got the spare tire underneath with that. But yeah, I mean, from a shock and suspension standpoint, very similar now. Now we've got both of our key fobs for the Gen 3, and then for the TRX, we'll drop down the tailgates on both of them. Mine was full of rocks, and the Gen 3 is not because it's brand new. But anyways, there's the key fobs of the tailgates. So let's go over the payload capacities. 1034, 1352, so the Gen 3 has a higher payload. Now, with my particular TRX, I did order out the tire carrier, so we've got the spare tire here in the bed. Full bed liner because I got the bed utility group, LED bed lights, LED cargo light. I also got the Ram bar. I have the Mopar lights up there. And as for the tailgate light, easy to get up. You have a bed step, that's how you access the bed in there. Now coming over here to the Gen 3, this one doesn't have a liner, but you can add one easily. Notice you got the LED bed lights, got the plug right there, cargo lights, and there's a cargo camera there in the back. Now lifting up the tailgate, ooh, definitely heavier from a tailgate perspective. You can get a tailgate step. This particular Gen 3 just doesn't have it. Let's finish things up here in the rear. So starting over here with the TRX, got the giant Ram logo. Have the fake venting there with the light. Have the marker light here in the rear fender flare. Aftermarket bumper, so again, that doesn't count for today's review. Parking sensors are on the stock bumper, and then I also have an aftermarket exhaust. Also doesn't count for this review. Coming over here to the Raptor, notice we have the marker light right there with the gigantic LED lights here on the Raptor. Got the gigantic Ford logo. Have the exhaust, which yes, we'll do an exhaust comparison, but again, I have an aftermarket exhaust, so it's not exactly fair. But notice we've got parking sensors here with the recovery hooks, and then you've got the receiver hitch there. And well, that's the Gen 3, that's the TRX, and that's them next to each other. There. So let's pop into the interiors. We'll start over here with the Gen 3. So really nice material here at the top, and then leather trim down below. Bang & Olufsen sound system. Nice trim right there. And then here are the seats. So we've got the leather seats here with the Alcantara, which looks absolutely fantastic. Heated seat controls with the power outlets, all that fun stuff. Cup holders in the middle. But yeah, definitely nice premium interior there. And also I'm going to freak you guys out. Look at this. Don't worry, I measured it. So anyways, with the TRX leather trim here, which is very dusty because I just took the truck off-road. Carbon fiber trim with the Alcantara, tons of red stitching, Harman Kardon sound system. And you guys can see full leather seats right here. And then you guys can see you've got heated, cooled seats for the back, power outlets, all that fun stuff, more carbon fiber. And then this pulls down to be like a center console thing. So obviously this has that, but then the Raptor just has like the cup holder. So yeah, and so yeah. Now here's the door panel at the front of the Raptor. So again, really nice trim right here, and then just up above and the trim right there. Got the window controls right here with the memory seats. Bang & Olufsen sound system, Ford Performance. You guys can see there the speaker and the headrest. You've got the front seats, nice bolstering on them. Again, more of that Alcantara. You've got the adjustments on the side of the seat. Pedal layout, got the pedal adjustment, parking brake, light control. Lights outside either side of the mirrors, and popping in, turning it on. Ooh. Ooh. So here for the steering wheel, nice full leather steering wheel with the red marker at the top, nice paddle shifters. You've got a bunch of controls here. There's tons of customization, by the way. You've got steering, you've got the suspension, they call it the dampers, and then the exhaust as well, and then there's a drive mode select. So many things you can customize. And then over here, you've got like your cruise control, voice command controls, all that fun stuff, turn signal, windshield wiper stock, full digital readout, and then quickly through the different controls. So steering, we've got normal, comfort, sport, and then off-road is the last steering mode. And then for dampers, normal, sport, and then off-road. And then for exhaust, we've got, we've got quiet, normal, sports, and then we've got Baja for the different exhaust modes. And then we have a bunch of different drive modes. So we've got our normal, we've got our deep snow sand, we've got our Baja, we've got our rock crawl, and then on the other side, we have our sports, we've got our towing, and then we have our slippery mode, which is kind of like your snow driving mode. Basically, shows a little Raptor there. Really cool here with the center screen with the graphics and all that kind of stuff. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Ford's digital screen. And then here at the top, we've got our auto stop start here with the camera system, the parking assistance, hazard lights, stability control, and like that's your off-road cruise control. We have the 12-inch display with this particular Raptor, which notice if you pop into reverse, you have a bunch of different camera views here all out the truck. So just like any other loaded up F-150, you have all those different camera views. And then by the way, with the front camera, you can have like trajectory lines with it, so that'll be really helpful off-road. And then you guys know with this screen, really good response time. Not going to spend too much time on it. We have our Pro Trailer Assist, trailer brake controls down below, the drive modes select, and notice this does have 4-wheel auto as well as 2-wheel drive. We have our locker there for the rear. You've got the controls for the radio, heated, cooled seats, heated steering wheel, dual zone climate. Got some extra storage here with the wireless phone charger. We have the shifter that folds down, does have a manual mode, a couple cup holders, and then this does have the fold out center console. Fun stuff there. Got the glove box, dual glove box. Looks really cool with the trim there on the outside, and then notice the trim there at the top. And then finishing things off here at the top, we've got the auxiliary switches, which are great. You have 6 of them. And then notice the sunglass holder, power sliding window in the rear. You can get a panoramic sunroof. This one doesn't have it. And then notice that we've got universal garage door openers. Let's head to the TRX. So here's the door panel in the TRX. So again, you guys can see very dirty leather and Alcantara. Don't worry, we'll get it cleaned off soon. Harman Kardon sound system, more speakers for that. It has power folding mirrors, has memory seats, all that fun stuff. Blind spot monitoring in the mirrors, just like the Raptor. And then you guys can see the front seats here, full leather. Nice bolstering here with the Alcantara and then the red accenting power adjustments. Look how dirty this is, people. Again, I wasn't expecting to use this in a review today. Power adjustable pedals, got the parking brake, light controls. And then we will start her up. Oh, fancy. So we've got our steering wheel with the leather. It's got Alcantara at the top and at the bottom. You guys can see the paddles, not as big as what you have on the Raptor. And they have like the weird gap in the middle of them. And then notice we've got our adaptive cruise control. We've got our voice command controls for the center stack as well, turn signal stock. And then here for the gauge cluster, notice we've got a mix between analog and then we've got the screen. So it's not a full digital gauge like what you get there with the Raptor, for example, but still really good. Now up here we've got our lane departure, hazard lights, and then we have a blank switch actually in a $95,000 TRX. But anyways, we've got climate controls on either side of the 12-inch display, heated, cooled seats just like the Raptor, which we're going to turn that up because it's a hot day today. And then from a camera system perspective, just as good as the Raptor with like all the 360 views. The only thing that this is really missing is like that cargo camera and then like the super zoom on the receiver. Well, I mean, this zooms in, but it's just, the Ford's does like, it's like different viewpoints. But anyways, relatively similar. The Ford though now has a little bit more from a camera perspective to offer. And then from a drive mode perspective, which is over here, you can also change it down here, but I use the screen. We have our auto, snow, tow, sport, custom, mud, sand, Baja, or sorry, rock crawl, then Baja. Now, it does change things, notice here, but you obviously have the custom where you can customize everything, but it's not like the Raptor, you have like individual buttons for every single customization. So you can customize this just as much, but with the custom mode, and so I guess a little bit different, but similar. We have launch control, the Raptor does not. Now, we have four-wheel drive. The Raptor has four-wheel drive. We don't have two-wheel drive, so yeah, there is a difference with that. We still have an axle lock, still have off-road cruise control, stability control, and then again the drive mode select up there. We have the USBs right here. Got our manly shifter here in the center console. I've got a bunch of receipts in there, so we're not going to open that up, but it's got the cool plaque that comes with the TRX. We've got more carbon fiber right there with the cup holders, and although also this is like a wireless phone charger. We have the dual glove box, which also not going to open up, but anyways, it says TRX on it. Really nice leather on the dash, Alcantara. We have the camera mirror, which you guys know I am a huge fan of this, just from a safety tech perspective. It's just a really cool option to have in a vehicle. And then I optioned out my TRX with a panoramic sunroof, and also you have power sliding window, which is standard, but again, you can get that in the Raptor as well. Now let's get into pricing. So this TRX stickered for about $95,000 when I got it brand new, and then this Raptor stickers for about $71,000. So yeah, there's only like a $25,000 price difference between the two. No biggie. I am not going to pick a winner for today's video because I'm going to wait for my Gen 3 Raptor to come in, and I'm going to do a bunch of off-road comparisons between my Gen 3, which is not this one, and then my Ram TRX, and then I will pick a winner. So I want you guys to still let me know in the comment section below if you'd rather have a stock Gen 3 or a stock TRX. So take away all the aftermarket parts I put on my truck. So a stock TRX or a stock Gen 3, and why. And yeah, and that's going to sum things up for our video here comparing a Ram TRX to a Gen 3 Raptor. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to Ed Kenley Ford for giving me some time with this Gen 3 Raptor. Check out their inventory in the link below. Like I said, they don't charge over MSRP for anything. Look them up. I'll see you guys.